What's going on, guys? How you doing? In today's video we are doing a donation request. This is from Matt. This is Porcupine Tree, which this is a band that I have heard of, but I have not listened to. I've never listened to them. This is a song called Anesthetize. This is live from Tilburg. Live in Tilburg. Sorry. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, if you want to support the channel, all kinds of ways. You can hit super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and just like this video, I do donation request videos. So if there's a song you want me to check out, a video, a topic you want me to talk on, a question, hit me up direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and in the notes section, let me know. Leave a description, leave a link, let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. Cool. Okay, so Porcupine Tree. What's going on with these guys? This is actually the first of two Porcupine Tree videos I was asked to do. Okay, Porcupine Tree are an English rock band formed by musician Steven Wilson in 1987. During an initial career spanning more than 20 years, they earned critical acclaim from critics and fellow musicians, developing a cult following and became an influence for new artists. Group carved out a career at a certain distance away from mainstream music, being described by publications as the most important band you'd never heard of. Richard Barberi as keyboardist, Colin Edwin as bassist, Chris Maitland. Okay, lineup changed 2002. Maitland left the band and Gavin Harrison was recruited. Okay, so Gavin Harrison, I recognize that name. I actually think I have one of his books. Let me see. I do have one of his books. Look at that. Why would a bass player have a drummer book? I told you I like drummers. I told you. And I like rhythm and I like all this stuff. And there was a time where I was studying polyrhythms and things like this. This is a long time ago when I was at Berkeley and just outside of Berkeley. My heaviest studying period of time in my life was obviously before. So I started playing bass when I was technically I was 14, but 15, right? My birthday is around Christmas. I expect something. I tell you every video all the ways you can hit me up. So I have a mailing address. I expect things. It's December 28th. It'll be here sooner than later. Anyways, so I got my first bass on Christmas, right? So, and then 3 days later I turned 15. So we could say 15. And so all that through high school, studying really hard, practicing. You didn't need to ask me to practice. Before that, I played saxophone. I played saxophone starting at age 8 and through high school. I played it, but I knew I liked music, but that wasn't the instrument for me. Like, it wasn't. And if you get me a saxophone right now, you'd never know I played it. You would have no idea. You'd be like, wow, you're terrible. And I'd be like, yep, I'm a bass player. And I'm not one of those guys who, like, there are some people who are incredible at multiple instruments and, like, okay, I can, like, do things or whatever, but, like, I don't play that game. That's just not what I do. I'm a bass player. That's what I like. That's what I like to do. That's what I focused on. You know, I'm not one of those, like, just insane cats like Louis Cato who can, like, who you're just so happy that there's only one of them. And they can only be one place at one time, because if they could be everywhere, they would take all of the gigs. All of them. Because they're incredible at multiple instruments. Anyways, and then I went to Berkeley, so college, I studied like crazy hard. And then I lived in Boston for 9 years, so 3.5 of that was at Berkeley, 3.5 to 4, because I like spent summers, so I got done with it sooner. And then I was just working, like gigging and teaching and doing things in the area and like playing and studying still really hard. And then I moved to LA and I just blew it all. I'm just kidding. When I went to LA, I was not studying that kind of stuff. I wasn't like working on music in any kind of way. When I lived in Boston, I was still really like into jazz, serious about jazz, playing jazz, but not like that. I knew I wasn't like going to be doing like jazz gigs, like that kind of thing, but I was like practicing it and working on it, because to me, if you can play jazz, you can play anything. You can study jazz, if you can learn jazz, if any of that kind of stuff, it's the hardest harmony and all that kind of, it's just the most intense study that you're going to find. It's either like, you either go like the classical route or you go the jazz route. And I wanted gigs, so I went the jazz route, right? Sorry, I'm just kidding. I know nothing about the classical route. I just feel like it's like, okay, I'm not going to be playing in an orchestra somewhere. I'm not playing. I can play upright bass, but like not classically, not like that. So, anyways, I was really into polyrhythms and rhythm and all that kind of thing. So I got this book, and it's been that long since I've opened it up. It's been damn near forever. So I couldn't tell you what's in it. It's called Rhythmic Illusions. Anyways, that's what I know about Gavin Harrison. That was a really long story. You're welcome, Matt. And also, this is a long song, which I don't mind. I don't mind that it's a long song at all. It's totally cool. If I say anything about it, it's just me poking, just joking around. I'm not serious. Anyways, okay, so, and because of that, more of a alternative rock sound, progressive space rock direction, Pink Floyd, psychedelic space rock, experimental rock. Okay, cool. Okay, so it looks like this performance, oh, this is from a year ago. They're still doing things? Okay, cool. Very cool. Oh yeah, they are. They're touring right now. Or maybe they just stopped, actually. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading the wrong information, not understanding. Anyways, okay, so this is Porcupine Tree, Anesthetize. I believe this is with Gavin Harrison. And Matt told me that Alex Lifeson played the guitar solo on the record for this, the first guitar solo. Alex Lifeson is not on this, at this performance, but that's what he told me. So anyways, let's check this out. Let's see what this is about. Bam. Is that Stephen Wilson?
Myself, not much to conceal. I'm saying
he looks younger than I would have guessed.
But I'm saying nothing with feel.
Really like the vibe.
The curse up there must be more. So don't breathe here. Don't leave your bags. I
like the longer melody. I like it. I'm down with that kind of thing. that's triggered. Very cool. Yeah, rhythmic illusions. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Bases like in between. I like all the keyboard stuff, like all the background, the vibe that it creates, the atmosphere. He changed bases again. He went back.
Thank you, Tilburg.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's that. All right. I like it. I like the vibe. This is definitely up my alley. It is pretty long in terms of, I mean, although for the most part, I don't know. It's just like there was a part where you thought it was done, but it wasn't done. And then there was like that whole end part, right? But everything before that, it was pretty long. It was like the bulk of the song, and I was like with it the whole time. I was like, oh yeah, this is very cool. And they're like changing, but it's still like you could tell it's still the same, like the same piece of work. I was wondering if the bass player changed basses, and they were both 4 strings, but I thought that maybe the other one was strung like a 5 string, like it had a low B, like it was B-E-A-D. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if that's accurate, but I'm just guessing that, because it was still a 4 string, and then he switched back. I like the song. I like the vibe. I really like the keys stuff. I liked, the drummer was great. I liked the whole vibe. You see how I liked the long melodies, because you see what they could do with that, with in terms of it can affect the harmony and also just color in general. That's really cool. And then like the end part where it was like almost like a round where the background vocalists started the same phrase but like later. Yeah, just creates this color and the interaction, just within the harmony. That's what helps make the vibe. And your note choice in the melody is also what helps that kind of thing. I liked it. I really liked it. I thought it was super cool. Really cool. I liked when he went to the keyboard and they had that, whatever it was triggered or whatever, that just the track or whatever that they were playing to, that guitar that was like going back and forth, and they were just playing over it. So like in terms of all that kind of thing where it's like odd rhythms and things like this book, Rhythmic Illusion and polyrhythms and all this kind of stuff and timing, and I've talked about this before, and like odd times and stuff like that, I don't count. I don't think about it. I mean, I can dissect it, but like it really depends. I can do it, but for the most part, like I'm not sitting here listening to this and counting it. I'm only noticing it and feeling it, because that's to me what it's more about. It's more about the feel of it. How does it feel? The phrasing, all of that. Really liked it. Definitely up my alley. I used to listen to, so I've brought it up before, when I was in high school, I listened to Dream Theater, and even into college, I listened to Dream Theater. I saw them a handful of times. And at some point, like within college, I put them down, right? So like there was a period where I was with their albums, and then like I stopped. So there's a bunch of their albums that I've not heard. Like a bunch of their more recent albums, probably since the early 2000s, I have not heard. Anything before that I had heard. So this kind of thing, and also Rush, it like really brings that back, which is interesting, because like when I went to college, I was really, really, really paying it. That's when I really like switched it from rock and metal and stuff like that. I really switched it up to jazz, R&B, soul music, like really heavy, like super heavy. Like I know I don't look, I've said like I just look like this, whatever. It's accurate, because like, I like really like went hard on jazz and R&B and soul and all that, like in terms of learning it, studying it, practicing it, working on it, playing it, etc., etc., etc. And I think that a lot of people, when they hear me play, or when I, just when I play for people, they, even though I it could be any style. I like all styles. I don't, like at all. Like when I first moved to Florida, I played for a country band, and I'd never played country before in my life or knew much country at all. But I'm really glad that I did, because I found a lot of cool country that I like, actually. But I remember people being like, "What are you into?" Like, because you can play the style, but like there's more to it than that. And I told them, and they were kind of like describing a bit, and I was like, "Yeah, that's because I like, like Al Green and Stax and stuff like that, like Memphis kind of sound stuff." And they're like, "Oh yeah, because of where I place my notes," right? It all, like, it's depth of playing, right? Anyways, super cool. Music is great. That's what it is. That's why you're here. Anyways, this was really cool. Thanks, Matt. Thank you. I love all of our conversations. Matt has a kid that plays bass. Super cool. Yeah, awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.